Everyone's here, sorry about that. We're now back in open session. It is 9:44. I believe everyone that's unmuted, that needs to be unmuted, is unmuted. So item 5A, the board will consider and take possible action on the recommended resolution. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair?
Is that Ms. Scadia?
Yes.
Okay.
I move to approve the recommended regular personnel report.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second it.
I have a second by Ms. Cavazos. Remember, this motion can be amended, it can be debated, it is amendable, it is debatable, and requires a majority vote. Any discussion?
Yes.
Ms. Sophie?
Yes, Mr. Moreno, I just would like to thank our Harlandale Independent School District employees for all the hard work that they've done. I know that this is a new environment, and I appreciate everything that they've done. I also want to encourage all of our employees that if they have an opportunity to make the public statement by keeping their kids in our school district, attending all our schools as much as possible, that would be wonderful. It goes without saying that we are very much appreciative of everything that they do, and I want to thank them.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else before we go over it?
Yes, I would, if I may, Mr. President.
Go ahead, Ms. Cavazos.
I'm gonna piggyback on what Ms. Ortiz said. This all took us by surprise, parents, staff, administration, more so the children. I cannot imagine what it has been like for them to be taken out of their normal classroom environment and, shifted that to at-home instructional learning. With that being said, I applaud the district and administration for reaching out to almost 100% of our families out there. And I also want to say that by no means have we made the assumption that this is easy for anybody, not the parents, not the teachers, not administration. It is a ongoing learning process, this at-home instructional learning and everything else that it has to deal with. Teaching is already a very hard profession. Add a overnight new lesson plans with technology involved, that I'm sure was not easy at all and maybe a bit overwhelming at times. But I want to applaud everybody for sticking together, for remaining positive, for being very involved in communication with the administration and the parents and with each other, because it's gonna take all of us to get where we need to get. We're hoping this is not the new norm, but if it has to be for the next few months, hopefully not that long, we are, in my opinion, we're doing extremely well with what little we had to where we are now as far as readiness and being prepared. And I can only see, more light at the end of the tunnel. We continue with this positive and successful manner within all of us, from the top to the bottom. I'm very, very grateful at how well we are handling the situation in all aspects. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, guys. Anything else? We can go on to the vote. No? Okay. So we're gonna do roll call again. We're just tonight. So Mrs. Limon, yea or nay?
Nay.
All All right, Mrs. Cavazos, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mr. Mendoza, yea or nay? Okay, Mrs. Ortiz, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Manta, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, thank you, myself, yea. Mrs. Carrillo, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to item B, the board will discuss the superintendent's recommendation for the appointment of assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction subject to future reassignment of the superintendent. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Ms. Ortiz?
Yes, I move to accept the superintendent's recommendation of Melissa Casey for the appointment of assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction, subject to future reassignment by the superintendent, TGC 551.074.
All right, thank you, ma'am. We have a motion by Ms. Ortiz. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, second by Ms. Limon. Remember that this motion is amendable and debatable and requires a majority vote. Any discussion? No? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and have roll call again, voting. Mrs. Limon, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mrs. Cavazos, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mr. Mendoza, yea or nay? Yay. Okay, Mrs. Ortiz, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mr. Mancha, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay. Myself, yea. Mrs. Carrillo, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, thank you. Motion carries. Congratulations, Ms. Casey. We know you'll do a fantastic job as you currently are interim. And we look forward to you continuing to work with our kids and our staffs and providing that distance learning and eventually our normal routines that we all consume. Thank you. Now moving on to item C, the board will discuss the superintendent's recommendations for the employment of the head football coach at McCollum High School subject to future reassignments. All right, the superintendent, TGC 551.074. Do you have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Ortiz?
I move to accept the superintendent's recommendation for the appointment of Carl Klon as the head football coach at McCollum High School, subject to future reassignment by the superintendent under TGC 551.074.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ortiz. We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Mancha. Okay, remember that this motion is amendable and it is debatable and requires a majority votes. Anyone having discussion beforehand? No? Okay, we're gonna go and do roll call voting. Mrs. Limon, yea or nay?
Nay.
That was the nay, right?
Nay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Mrs. Cavazos, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay. Mr. Mendoza, yea or nay? Yay. Okay. Mrs. Ortiz, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right. Mr. Mancha, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right. Myself, yea. Mrs. Carrillo, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right. Motion carries. Congratulations, Coach Plum. I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job with our kiddos over there at McCollum, and hopefully we can have some competitiveness back to that campus.
Yes, much needed.
Moving on to item D, the board will consider and take possible action on 2020-2021 school year professional probationary contracts, professional term contracts, professional non-certified contracts, TGC 551.04. Now, what we'll go first is we can do them individual or someone can ask for them all collectively, which is professional, probationary, and professional term. Okay. Do you have a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Gale?
I move to approve the 2020 and and 2021 school year professional probationary contracts, professional term contracts, and professional non-certified contracts, PGC 551.074.
Okay, so we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mancha. Remember, this motion is amendable and it is debatable and requires a majority vote. Any discussion? No? Okay, we're gonna do a roll call, voting. Mrs. Limon, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mrs. Cavazos, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mr. Mendoza, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mrs. Ortiz, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, Mr. Mancha, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, myself, yea. Mrs. Gallo, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, the motion carries. Congratulations to all those teachers. We're going to be working with you guys for another year, so we'll have some sense of normalcy coming this in. Okay. Item E, consultation with attorney regarding Harlandale Independent School District versus Jasmine Engineering, number 4-19-0638-CE, Fourth Court of Appeals from the Fourth Country Judicial District Court, Bear County, Texas Trial Court, number 2018-CI-02459, including discussion regarding the finding by TA as to the contract with Jasmine Engineering, TGC 551.071. Okay, do we have a motion?
I second.
No, do we have a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll make a motion to that the findings of the TA regarding the PSA with Jasmine Engineering, including the impropriety and illegality of the same, were adopted by the board and incorporated in. You have a second on that?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mancha. Remember that this motion is amendable and debatable and requires a majority vote. Any discussion?
Mr. Moreno,
Yes, Mr. Moon?
so with this case, so we're just gonna move forward and continue with the litigation, is that correct?
The current litigation would continue, that is correct.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, all right, we're gonna do the roll call vote. Mrs. Limon, yea or nay?
Nay?
Okay, nay, right?
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Cavazos, yea or nay?
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay, abstention. Mr. Mendoza, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, Mrs. Ortiz, yea or nay?
I'm gonna abstain as well. I have too many concerns about this.
Okay, Mr. Mancha, yea or nay?
Yay.
I myself, yea. Mrs. Ariel, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, so that is, so the motion carried. I will share with this before moving on, just a little, something I'd like to share with my colleagues and with the rest of the community. On June 7, 2019, the Texas Education Agency, TA, issued its final report identifying the results of a special accreditation investigation begun in August of 2017. Some of the findings made by TA concern the professional services agreements contract that was entered into between the Harlandale Independent School District and Jasmine Engineering in 2007 and 2012, and amended multiple times over approximately 8 years PSA. This is the same PSA is at issue in litigation filed. Jasmine Engineering Incorporated versus Harlandale Independent School District, file number 2018-CI-02459. TA found that the district's procurement of the services of Jasmine Engineering was governed by the requirements of the Texas Government Code Chapter 23 and other statutes. TA found that the request for qualifications for commissions and services for bond 2006 was severely limited and only allowed respondent firms that had an office in San Antonio, Texas, for a minimum of 12 years. Only 2 firms responded, one being Jasmine Engineering. TA also found that negotiations were conducted between district and Jasmine Engineering prior to the award of the PSA on May 3rd, 2007. This is a violation of 2254, wherein the district is only to hire an engineer based on qualifications and not the cost percentage of commissioning. Further, TA found there was a violation of the Texas Educational Code 44-44.0411 because of the numerous amendments to the PSA. These amendments were in excess of those allowed by 44.041, where a change order to a contract with the original contract price of less than 1 million increases the contract amount to 1 million or more. Under section 44-44.0411, the total subsequent change orders may not increase the revised contract amount by more than 25% of the original contract price. Also, TA found that the district did not determine Jasmine to be the most qualified provider nor negotiate a reasonable cost for the district. There was not an equal opportunity for other potential commissioning companies to compete for the contract. The PSA with Jasmine Engineering spans a period of 8 years and was originally entered and amended several times prior to the election of the Harlandale ISD Board of Trustees as currently constituted. Since the entry of the original PSA, there have been changes to the Board of Trustees over several election cycles. The current Board of Trustees, after reviewing the findings of the TA final report and the PSA entered between the district and Jasmine Engineering, hereby finds that the PSA was entered and secured in violation of the Texas Government Code Chapter 2254 and the Texas Education Code 44.0411 and otherwise determined by the TA Special Investigation File. So, moving on to item F, no action needed. Item G, no action needed. Item H, discussion regarding the agreement for purchase and sale of real property and any extension there to TGC 551.071 and 551.072. We have a motion.
I second.
No, is there not a motion? I was waiting.
Well, I'm waiting.
Okay. So, purchase and sale agreement, extending the timelines and related provisions. Do I have a second?
I second.
Ms. Cavazos, this motion is amendable and it is debatable and requires a majority vote. Any discussion?
So did you say that it's gonna be 90 days? Is that correct, Mr. Moreno? A 90-day extension?
That is correct. That's correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure that there was, mentioned that it was a 90-day extension.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mo. All right, any other questions or comments? Okay, we're going to do a roll call, voting, Ms. Limon, yea or nay?
Right.
All right, Ms. Cavazos, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mr. Mendoza, yea or nay? Okay. All right, Mrs. Ortiz, yea or nay?
Nay.
Okay, Mr. Mancha, yea or nay?
Yay.
Okay, myself, yea. Ms. Carrillo, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, motion carries. Moving on to item 7, adjourned. Do I move a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Carrillo?
I move to adjourn.
All right, I have a move to adjourn a motion by Ms. Carrillo. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, Ms. Limon. Remember that this motion is not amendable, is not debatable, and requires a majority vote. So roll call order, Ms. Limon, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Ms. Cavazos, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mr. Mendoza, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mrs. Ortiz, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, Mr. Mancha, yea or nay?
Yay.
All right, myself, yea. Ms. Carrillo?
Yay.
All right, thank you guys. It's now 10:03 and I do adjourn. Thank you guys for joining us. Be safe.
Everybody have a good evening and the rest of the week. Congratulations, Ms. Casey.
Yes.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Bye, y'all be
Bye.
safe. We'll see you soon.
All right.